and welcome to Book Reviews and More. Today, I'm going to talk about the book, Matthew Looney's Invasion of the Earth. In this book, the moonsters that live on the moon invade the Earth to see if there is life on the planet so-called Earth. When Matthew's uncle, Uncle Lucky, asks Matthew to join him on his adventure, the only thing Matthew can say is yes, in a very excited tone. When Matthew gets left on this planet Earth, he becomes friends with the Earthlings, and their two worlds come together to create a peaceful environment. This book is science fiction because it has life on the moon, which everyone knows isn't possible. The moonsters travel on the Pluser to Earth, which brings us back to the topic about how there isn't life on Earth, which means isn't life on the moon. And so, once again, it is impossible. Now, I would like to read my favorite 2 pages in the book about when Uncle Lucky is examining the Earth to see if there is really life. Chapter 8, Earth Strikes Again. Meanwhile, some distance away, Admiral Looney was having his own adventures. He had walked along the edge of the lake for quite some time, but had seen no one. He was seated on the ground resting. He had turned off the anti-gravity machine and then tried to call back on the intercom. There had been no reply, but that was nothing to worry about, because the range of these instruments was not far. The lake was so wide here, he couldn't see the other side where Matthew was supposed to be. The stillness was shattered by an unfamiliar noise. The Admiral increased the volume of his hearing device. There were voices babbling away in some foreign language, quite unlike anything he had ever heard in any place in this universe. The explorer from the moon slowly pushed aside some growth that barred his view. To his surprise and delight, he saw along the shore a group of Earthmen. Just think, he said to himself, there is life on Earth, after all, and I'm probably the first one to observe it. The others lay there, half in and half out, of the greenish liquid that was obviously their home, bits and pieces of stuff clinging to their bodies. Their tails ripped slowly back and forth, their great jaws opened and closed, showing rather frightening teeth. Their eyes seemed to be popping out of their heads. Their skin was covered with bumps. They talked to each other in a grunting tongue which, it seemed to the visitor from the moon, made no sense of singular, plural, or past tense. These are my favorite pages because it really draws the reader in with so much detail that it's a really big page turner. This is a very, very, very good book, like I said. You can go to all the local bookstores and libraries and see many shelves full of Matthew Looney's Invasion of the Earth. It is so good that I've read this book about 100 times. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. One thing that I know for sure is that there's no life on the moon. Doesn't everybody? Or is there? Is all of the research wrong? Were all the explorations to moon on days that all the moonsters were on vacation to Mars? Can somebody answer these questions, please? Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Book Reviews and More. I'll see you next time where I talk about how Twilight, the book and the movie, are different and alike. Bye!
There you are.